What is Arrae? How are they able to make a 7-figure business in just a year? What gap in the market were they able to find and capitalize on in the wellness space? What is their marketing strategy? And are influencers the new venture capital firms? We'll be exploring this in today's video. Welcome back to the Feed Files, where we unpack food, health, and wellness trends and the most successful companies in this space. Today, we're looking at a company that I have followed very avidly for a while now. You've probably seen it being discussed all across your Instagram feeds, and that is, of course, Arrae. This video is going to be split up into a bit of background about the brand, and then I'm going to really dissect 7 key reasons why what they did is so successful and why they really were able to carve a space for themselves in the supplement industry, which is one of the most saturated industries in health and wellness. To give a little bit of background, the brand was started by Sif Haider in 2019. And as someone who is very interested in health and wellness and has been for a number of years as a qualified nutritionist, I really would have struggled to think how one could create a unique product and find themselves a gap in the market in 2019, because it felt like it was such a crowded space at the time. You had vitamins for everything, you had new brands bringing out products all the time, and it felt like if you wanted some kind of supplement, you would be able to find it instantly and for a variety of different prices. But Sif had a vision, and it really did come to light, and along with her partner who joined her in the business, they were able to launch and bootstrap their company using money that they had put aside for their wedding, and within 6 months they were profitable, and within a year they turned over $1 million of revenue. These are really impressive figures, especially for founders, first-time founders, and anyone who puts up a business that involves creating products, formulating them, and marketing them completely on their own without an existing platform. So I think the first thing that comes to light here about how they were able to create such a successful brand is the fact that there was a strong founder product fit. So having done some research on their past, it's clear that Sif used to work in marketing and PR. She ran social media for various different brands and worked in the space for around a decade before setting up Arrae. And it was also interesting to see that for the last 3 years before she founded Arrae, she was working on her own blog called Icing and Glitter. So this really shows to me that this is where she acquired her knowledge on proper marketing and how to use the internet as a tool to really propel your business. We then have Nish, her partner, who came from a background of technical product managing and clearly had a lot of knowledge built up on how to manage the production and procurement for consumer products. So when you put these two backgrounds together, you have a really strong combination of skills, and it becomes clear why they were able to come together as a team and really make Arrae a success after Sif had the idea for this. So how did Sif have the idea for Arrae? Well, it seems like she had a really genuine story to tell and wanted to see products like Arrae on the market, which is why she decided to go out and make them herself. She states struggling with gut issues, anxiety, and a host of intestinal concerns, which allowed her to start searching for natural ways to combat these issues. She did a ton of research and started to experiment with combining natural supplements at home, turning them into these various concoctions, and she really found that her symptoms were improving. So much so that Nish himself started to notice the difference that her research had been making and wanted to find out more about these routines that she had learned about and how they could be spread to a wider audience. And I think, again, this feeds into their founder product fit, because it's clear that Sif had found something that truly worked for her, and she wanted to share this with the world through her products, and she hadn't found anything else on the market that would have been able to fulfill her concerns. And this will become a clear part of their marketing strategy later on. It's noted by Sif that when she started doing influencer collaborations, for example, she wrote emails and messages explaining why she was so passionate about these products and what they had done for her. And I do think that this passion is so key for entrepreneurs who are going full force on their business and this baby that they're bringing to the world, because you need to wear so many hats when you're an entrepreneur at the start of your business. And if you don't have the drive and the passion and the true belief that your products are amazing, you won't have the determination to get them in front of as many people as possible and invest the time and effort needed to make your business a success. So that kind of covers why Sif and Nish had such an excellent combination of backgrounds and passion to be able to make this business a success. But let's go into a little bit more about what the business is and why it was able to prove so successful in such a short period of time. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, please do subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers, and this is my second video, but there will be loads more coming, and I'm really enjoying making these podcast videos for you. When I was looking at a brand like Arrae, I was confused because I was thinking, right, lots of people have issues with their gut health or their digestion, or they experience fatigue, and therefore they turn to supplements and their diet and their lifestyle to try and relieve some of these symptoms. But not everyone of these people is then able to build a successful 8-figure or more business from it. And I think it's very obvious that Arrae did something drastically different from any other supplement available on the market because they removed a key step for consumers, which is the research step. Previously, you had to find specific ingredients that were associated with good health if you wanted to include them in your routine and buy them. For example, you would have to learn that if you wanted to de-stress and relax and improve your sleep, you could go and buy magnesium supplements and include those in your nighttime routine. If you wanted to reduce inflammation, you would buy a turmeric supplement, but only after hearing about various research that shows that turmeric is going to give you these effects. You had to be interested in health and wellness, and you had to, most importantly, have the time to dedicate to researching all the various ingredients and formulations that you would need to benefit from if you wanted to include natural supplements into your diet. And that critical research step is something that vitamin companies ignored for years. Supplements were just found as the name of the ingredient without showing you why you should take it or what benefits it would have. You would have had to already do that research yourself, go into a pharmacy or a Boots or a Whole Foods and know what you were looking for, purchase it, and then start taking it. But no one was there to tell you, if this is your concern, this is what you should be taking. And that is what Arrae did. We are now seeing this being copied by literally every brand around, but I do think Arrae was the first one to do this. You'd seen it a little bit in things like a Vitabiotics women's multivitamin or a multivitamin for children, which showed you, okay, right, if you're a child, you should probably take this. It has a unique formulation of vitamins and minerals that will benefit you if this is your demographic profile. But no one had done it for specific concerns. If you were bloated, you couldn't just go into a supermarket and buy the bloat capsule. That didn't exist. You had to find out what to buy, what to eat if you're bloated, based on what the research tells you might help. But Arrae took this into their own hands and removed that critical step that consumers had to do, made it easier for them to find exactly what they're looking for by taking the research in-house. They did all the research, they formulated products that were specific to these concerns, and they would just sell it to you with an easy explanation. This one will help you de-bloat, this one will help you build muscle, this one will help you slim down. And this can be repeated again and again depending on what the concern at hand is and what the person is really looking for. So this is the pinnacle of the Arrae brand, and you will see on their website that every single supplement has the key concern, which will allow you to know which one you should buy based on who you are. It takes that step out for consumers and can appeal to anyone who feels like they're being heard and listened to when they hear those symptoms listed. They'll think, yes, this is for me. I do struggle with sleep. I do struggle with bloating. Maybe I should buy this. Whilst if you had just seen a magnesium tablet or a omega-3 tablet, you wouldn't know if that was necessarily for you. I also think this allows Arrae to jump on trends and sell their solution, therefore allowing everyone who's been exposed to that trend to know what their product is selling and come to them for the solution. For example, when there was the Ozempic craze, arguably it's still going on, but particularly when it was being talked about at its peak a few months ago, I kept getting ads for the Arrae Ozempic. I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm not entirely sure. But this was essentially giving a natural solution to Ozempic. So rather than going on a GLP-1, you could take this natural, similar version that Arrae was making. So you've taken that trend and jumped on it with a product that is scientifically grounded in evidence and is still a really good product, but marketing-wise, you're targeting those people that already have this concern, maybe interested in weight loss and looking at Ozempic content online, but want maybe a more easy, natural solution that could replicate some of the same effects. Essentially, every single product they create have a very specific consumer in mind. The aesthetic, healthy individual who thinks my life would improve slightly if I didn't have X or if I did have X. And they say this product will give you that. Some would say it's a little bit of, false advertising, giving all these fake promises, but actually their products are formulated with ingredients that are proven to assist some of these symptoms in some way and provide the effects that they claim. So it really just is the packaging that sells the product and explains it in a very easy way. Another example, which is actually the reason why I thought, okay, I just need to make a video about this because this is just simply genius, is their recent launch of the creatine for women supplement. As someone in the nutrition field, as I said, I'm a qualified nutritionist, I have seen the benefits of creatine. I understand the benefits of creatine, especially for women, But I found that every single time I speak to friends and family about it and I say that I take creatine daily, even if I'm not exercising, I'm kind of met with a few strange looks and I'm told, well, are you trying to be a bodybuilder? Are you going to get massively bulky? And this is because of the rhetoric that's been going around on social media saying that creatine is for men and it's to help you grow into these insane Hulk type muscles, which is simply not the case. I won't go into the full benefits of creatine here, but it really is a great supplement to include in your routine, especially if you're a woman. But I had not seen a supplement on the market that was targeting women and was explaining this to them in a simple way. In fact, the creatine supplement I take is really quite ugly. The packaging is clearly targeting men, it's targeting bodybuilders, but I put that aside because I know the benefits within the formulation. And that is why I thought it was simply brilliant when I started to see these creatine adverts created by Arrae. They say these are for women who want to tone and not bulk. It eliminates any doubt and fear that women may have gathered online from associations with creatine and says this is for you. We have specifically designed this in a way that benefits your goal rather than the goal of the bodybuilder boyfriend you have who takes creatine daily. Now the thing is, I don't think the formulation is massively different. I do in fact think this is just creatine, but it's the language they've used, it's the conversation around it that they're having, it's the packaging and how they've sold it to you that is really different. And that is because they have this clear woman in mind, the consumer that they're targeting. They're thinking, what can I say to get her to understand that she can benefit from this product? And package it in an aesthetic, beautiful way that can naturally fit into her routine. Again, going back to the research step, this has been taken out. You don't need to, if you're a woman, do your own research now into, should I take creatine? What are the pros? What are the cons? Because you see this product from Arrae, you think, wow, it's for women. It's not going to make me bulk up. It's going to make me tone. And actually, perhaps I could really benefit from it. Again, this is combining excellent marketing, but also excellent scientific research, because clearly Arrae's team has gone out, looked at the evidence themselves, seen how beneficial creatine can be, and has decided to turn this into a product that can be accessible and desired by many. Now that I've gone on about their products and what they've been able to do that's so different, I want to focus also on their marketing. So it's clear that Arrae is an internet-first brand, and by that I mean the majority of their marketing comes from channels like Instagram, TikTok, and blog posts, which is why the aesthetic element of their brand is also so imperative, because when the products are posted on Instagram stories, you want them to look good. When they're gifted to influencers, people like them because they look beautiful on a shelf and have this kind of clean girl aesthetic associated with them. In fact, Sif has said in a podcast before that she wanted her products to feel like a skincare routine. Luxurious, beautiful, you want to feel good whilst you're taking them and making them a part of your day. And that is why the branding has been created in a way that seems legitimate and scientific, but also beautiful, aesthetic, and encapsulating the that girl routine. They focused on influencer gifting to get off the ground, which I think is a very smart way to launch a business, especially when you're targeting this kind of aesthetic niche. And as a supplement business, if you're able to gift a product to an influencer, have them like it and have them see results, they will then make that a part of their routine, and that is lifelong organic marketing for a brand like Arrae. I follow an influencer, for example, called Anastasia, and she has been taking Arrae for the best parts of 6 months, and they're in every single vlog that she makes because it's a part of her daily routine. So when you're a supplement brand and you get people actually, hooked on taking your supplements daily who have a platform, you've absolutely won, because you will have endless opportunities for organic exposure that you won't have to pay for. And that is why I'm not surprised at all that Sif herself said that 40% of their influencer gifting collaborations are now to the same people that they consistently work with, meaning that they'll be platformed more easily and more frequently without having to pay for constant expensive collaborations and sponsored posts. And that is also a benefit of the supplement industry overall. If you have a consumer who likes your products and makes it a part of their routine, they're likely going to be returning customers who purchase again and again, because it's something that is only going to last them a number of time, and a subscription model is naturally going to be part of the business. Lastly, I wanted to touch on Arrae from an investment and venture capital standpoint, which I know sounds kind of unique, but I've noticed that a lot of influencers and podcasters that I listen to have mentioned that they themselves have invested in Arrae. For example, I was listening to the Skinny Confidential where Sif and Nish kind of go into their founder story, But they also mentioned that the founders of the Skinny Confidential themselves have invested in the business as angel investors. I've been hearing about this a lot recently. In fact, I was thinking about making a video about Alex Earle and Poppy because she has said that she invested in Poppy and has promoted them a lot on TikTok, whilst also collaborating with them on various other partnerships, such as when she went to Coachella. But I do think that this is perhaps something that we're going to see increasingly more and more, because influencers make money. They then have a lot of income that they might want to start investing. And they can invest in businesses that they might not have time to run themselves, but that they believe in and that they want to use their platforms to promote for free. The founders of the Skinny Confidential are very into health and wellness, but they probably don't have time to dedicate that 110% of effort and time that I talked about earlier into starting a supplement brand. So Sif and Nish have come along with this excellent product with a real passion and determination to make the business a success. And it was an excellent investment opportunity because the Skinny Confidential now has a podcast to promote the products on, successful personal brands of both individuals to promote the products on and rave about them, various other podcasts, because they run a podcast network, that they can use to talk about the products and distribute the brand on, which is a really unique advantage that angel investors with a platform themselves can give, which a traditional venture capital firm or private angel investor wouldn't be able to offer the business. Whilst, yes, Arrae gave away a percentage of equity for the investment, they've gained not only the investment themselves, but this huge platform, which they otherwise would have had to pay millions for in order to increase the exposure of the business. And it's such a beneficial partnership on both ends, which I think is interesting. And I do think we're going to see this more and more because it just makes so much sense. Before we close out the video, I wanted to also talk a little bit about where I think Arrae is headed. Again, this recent creatine campaign that really caught my eye, I noticed that it included Jasmine and Elsa, who were Victoria's Secret models. I think clearly here the brand has received investment and they've been really smart with it. This would not have been a cheap campaign to run, but they wanted to elevate the brand. They wanted to make it seem like an aspirational brand that all the Victoria's Secret models and beautiful girls are taking. And I think it's done brilliantly for the brand. I keep seeing it all over the internet. It's clearly grabbing people's attention. And whilst people find out about the brand, they see the simple explanation of the products they have and what they can do for you. And it's just a brilliant combination of marketing, good products, a good founder story, passion from the founders, and this critical difference that Arrae did, which was make it easier for consumers to get involved in supplements, to take the right supplements for them, therefore see a difference and continue returning to the brand, making it part of their routine. That is why Arrae has taken over. That is why I think they will go from strength to strength. And I'd be really interested to hear from you in the comments. Did I miss anything? Where do you think they'll be in 5 to 10 years? Do let me know. Again, this has been the Feed Files. I would absolutely love if you subscribed and joined for further videos. Give me any feedback below because I'm very new to this, but I'm really enjoying it. And give the video a thumbs up to help spread it to more people. Thanks for watching.